Hello everyone, it's Jen, Scrapbena Creations. I'm so excited to be back with a multiple card video and collaborating again with the super talented Kristie Marcotte. So this set of cards, we created a total of 71 using Echo Park Fall. I'm using the 12 by 12 collection. Kristie is over on her channel using the 6 by 6 paper pad. Kristie made 41 cards and I made 30 to share with you today. So I'm just flipping through the 12 by 12 pattern paper that comes in the collection pack. There's also a 12 by 12 sticker sheet. So I will show that at the end, but you can see there are a number of larger cut aparts when you have the 12 by 12 paper. So that's why I went for this. Also, I prefer the Echo Park stickers to their ephemera packs. So that also played into my choice of buying the collection pack instead of the 6 by 6 paper pad and a coordinating ephemera. So you can see the beautiful, vibrant fall pattern papers. I can't believe it's fall already. Where did summer go? I feel like it just was a flash and it was gone with moving and everything that summer always is, very busy. So here's the sticker sheet. Loved the stickers. I used them on so many of the cards. I'm also bringing in the Trinity Stamps Autumn Sentiment Stamp Set. It has some really great sentiments in there. Happy Pumpkin Spice Season, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Friendsgiving. You'll see I use a bunch from that stamp set. I'm also using Doodlebug All Occasion. I used Especially for You and Get Well Soon, and then the Happy Birthday stamp set. And these new to me, I'm so excited about these dies. The large sentiment strip dies from Pink and Maine. I brought in an older set of gem stickers from Honeybee Stamps, and then the ink that I'm using is Juniper Mist and Icing on the Cake by Catherine Pooler. Everything that I use today will be down in the description box below, including a link to Kristie's video. You'll find it there and at the end of my video. So jumping into card number 1, I started off with a Slimline. For all the cards in which I use a sketch, I will be using MFT sketches, and I will link to those. They are printable on their website, so you'll find a link down below to that as well. But I'm using card sketch 555 for my first card. I chose the sunflower pattern paper. This was my favorite paper in the entire collection. I have a soft spot for sunflowers, so I think I just naturally gravitated towards that. And here's where I'm using the Doodlebug Especially for You stamped out in the Icing on the Cake, which is a really lovely brown ink that went perfect with the brown in this collection. So I'm using one of the sunflower stickers here in the center of the circle, and that will complete card number 1. So you can see here I followed the sketch almost exactly. So moving on to card number 2, I'm also using a sketch. This is number 511. I loved all the cut aparts that came in the 12 by 12 collection, and I'm sure they're in the 6 by 6 paper pad as well, just on a smaller scale. I did cut this 3 by 4 card down with a stitched rectangle die, and also that red pattern paper behind it, I used a stitched rectangle die as well, just so it had some extra detail. I'm using the wood grain paper here as the largest strip to go along the bottom, and then I added a smaller one on top of that with just some orange plaid pattern paper or gingham, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of hard to tell if it's plaid or gingham on that little strip. But I thought that that just broke up the background a little bit more, and then I will add my cut apart, which reads, I love fall most of all, which is not true for me. I'm definitely a summer girl and I'm super sad to see it go, but I really do love making fall cards. So for a lot of the cards, I did bring in those gem stickers from Honeybee Stamps, just trying to use those up. And you can see there is the card with the card sketch, and again following that one almost exactly. Moving on now to cards 3 and 4. I didn't use a sketch, but it's very similar to the first card that I did. The tractor piece of pattern paper you can see to the top of the screen is actually one of the cut aparts. So it ran across the top of one of the pattern paper sheets, and I really loved the size of those, so I thought it would be fun to add those onto a Slimline card. Again, using that brown wood grain paper there just as a basic kind of neutral to tone down that busier tractor paper, and then again adding a circle die cut here to the right hand side of my card, and then I'm using a happy birthday word die. This is from Simon Says Stamp. I did use some of the brown wood grain pattern paper and then back that with some white cardstock so it would stick out a little bit more on that gingham pattern paper. So there is card number 3, and I did make 2, so here's a look at card number 4. Cards 5 and 6, I'm also using a sketch. This is sketch number 328, and I really love this card sketch for using 3x4 cut aparts. So I use the wood grain as the background and then this pretty tone on tone orange floral patterned paper, and then some of that orange gingham to go diagonal across the card. I did pop up the 3x4 card on some double-sided foam adhesive, and I think this was my favorite cut apart in the entire collection. It says, "Hello, gorgeous." It's fall, so playing on the gourds. So I just had to use this 3x4 card, and I love this card sketch design and how both of the cards turned out. So I'm going to show you this one here with the sketch at the top right hand of that paper. And then I'll show you the second card I made using this sketch as well. This little one says, "You are the cutest pumpkin in the patch," with the scarecrow and the pumpkins to the bottom. For cards 7 and 8, I used more of the 3x4 cut aparts. They were just so pretty as is not to get them on a card. I'm using sketch number 279. I thought this was a perfect layout for those 3x4 cards. So all you have to do, it's a very simple card design, is add a strip of pattern paper to the right hand side of the card. I chose the red plaid as my background. I did decide to back the 3x4 cards on some white cardstock just so they would stand out from the pattern papers that I chose for the background. So these cards took no time at all to create. The 3x4 cards really do all the work for you. This one reads "Happy Fall" with the beautiful fall florals in the mason jar. To add a little bit of sparkle, I'm using the gem stickers. And then that card is complete. So I'll show you that again with the sketch. And then I'll show you the second card I made using that layout as well. So the second card says "Autumn days are the best days," and it has those gorgeous sunflowers again. So I used a leftover piece of that sunflower paper for that right hand strip that goes down the card. For cards 9 and 10, I'm not using a sketch. I wanted to use up some of the stickers from the sticker sheet. So I'm using the Sunny Studio stitched semicircle die here. I love this die. It's perfect if you want to create a focal point on your cards. And then I'm just going to create a little scene here with the pumpkins to the bottom, the haystack in the middle, and then one of the scarecrows to either side of that. So I'm going to have the little girl to the left and then the little boy scarecrow to the right. Now these stickers, I have to say, are incredibly sticky, so you have to be really careful. I'm not pushing these down at all. I'm trying to get them in place attaching them behind the pumpkins, it didn't work so well. I did have to lift them up a little bit, and then I just played around with them until I had them how I wanted them. I wanted their arms over the hay or straw, and then I also made sure his right foot was over top of the pumpkin. And there's a look at the second card I used with that same design. So for cards 11 and 12, I'm just using some more of the paper. I'm not using a sketch again. I wanted to use the tractor paper. I thought the tractor paper was great for masculine cards. I mean, it can be gender neutral, but it's always nice to have some pattern paper in a collection or in a paper pad that suit more masculine needs. So I decided to use a strip of the red plaid and then some of that orange floral tone on tone for the stitched oval. And then I just added a birthday sentiment. This is using the Doodlebug Happy Birthday stamp set. I don't have a ton of need for generic fall cards, so I thought it would be great to use some everyday sentiments and some happy birthday sentiments to have some of those cards in my stash. So moving on to cards 13 and 14, I'm going back to a sketch here. This is number 363. I really love this sketch. I've used it many times. When you want to have either an ephemera piece or a sticker as the focal point, the little rectangle box really allows you to do that nicely. It also allows for a larger piece of pattern paper to be really showcased. So I chose the pumpkin pattern paper for the background. Again, I think this is, a great gender neutral card, but also could be sent to someone in your life who is male with that little truck. And I used the Trinity Stamps stamp set, the autumn sentiments, and it says Happy Pumpkin Spice Season with the little truck with all the pumpkins. So I did make two using this card sketch. For the second card, I used some more of the stickers with the flowers, and this one says Fall Blessings. Moving on to cards 15 and 16, another sketch here. This is 193. Again, I wanted to use every piece of that sunflower paper that I had, so I'm using that for the background. You'll only see a little bit of it peeking out of the sides, but it really allows the sunflower sticker that I'm going to use to kind of pick up on that background pattern paper. Again, using the wood grain pattern paper, I use that a lot as kind of my neutral for the cards. And then using the Doodlebug All Occasions stamp set for the sentiment Get Well Soon. Originally, I thought I was going to have the sticker so that it was more horizontal, but I liked it on that diagonal. Once I sort of fiddle around with the sticker and get it into place, I noticed there was a little bit more space to the left-hand side than there was to the right, so I just wanted to move it over the littlest bit. But then I'm going to bring in the gem stickers again just to fill in some of that blank space around the sticker, and I think that fills out that circle die cut nicely. So here's a look at that card with the sketch. I did make two of these. I love how the second one turned out as well. This one I used So Thankful For You from that Trinity Stamps, and I just backed the pumpkins. That's one stickered with a leaf wreath sticker, and I love the way that turned out. Okay, moving on to card number 17, using sketch number 358. I really loved this sticker, and so I chose the sketch so that it would allow that sticker to be front and center for this card. So it reads, Happy Fall, y'all, and it's a beautiful floral wreath. So I'm using some of that really delicate floral print for the bottom and then the orange and white gingham for the background. I decided to back the sticker on some of the navy blue tone on tone pattern paper, and then just bring in a little bit of that blue pattern paper as a strip where those two pattern papers meet, just to add in a little bit more blue so it all ties together. So that card was super quick. I only made one because I had only one of the circular stickers from the sticker sheet. But there's a look at the card with the card sketch, and then we'll move on to cards number 18, 19, and 20. So another sketch again. This is sketch number 399. I was using a lot of sketches for this. As most of you know, if you watch my channel, I have not been making as many cards as I normally do over the summer with a big move and just kind of trying to get the house ready and set up. So I find card sketches are great when maybe you've been away from crafting for a little bit, maybe you're a new crafter and you just need help with layouts, or you just kind of have lost your mojo and need some inspiration, or if it just helps you make those cards. Like, I love card sketches for all of those reasons. So I really liked this card sketch with the smaller circle so that you could use some of the smaller stickers in the sticker sheet and it wouldn't look disproportional on the card. So I used these little rain boots, so cute, little orange gingham, and then I backed a floral behind that and then kind of tucked one side over the boots, just so there was a little bit more to look at than just the rainbow boots, and then use the sentiment, "So thankful for you," again from the Trinity Stamps Autumn Sentiments. So there's a look at that card with the card sketch, and I'll show you the other two here that I made. I used the little pumpkins in the crate using the same sentiment for all three cards. For the third one, I used the little apple bucket, and then I added a single apple over top of that sentiment, and I think those came out really cute. Now at this point, I don't have any full pattern paper left, but I did have a bunch of these smaller strips, so I thought it would be great to just use those strips, and then also any of the smaller scraps that I had to make some mini slimlines. So these are all 3 inches by 6 inches. I made all 6 of them horizontal, and you can see there I had a strip of that red plaid pattern paper. It wasn't going to be long enough, so I just snipped it where it wasn't going to be shown by that stitched oval, and it fits perfectly now. So added the little tree and the sentiment Autumn Blessings. These slimline cards are very simple designs. I'm going to show you the rest of them here. Using various sentiments, those first 2 are all using the Trinity Stamps one, and then I had a couple more cut aparts that I wanted to use up as well. So those were all super simple. For cards 27, 28, and 29, I'm using this same sketch design here. I had some of these smaller rectangular pieces left. So for each of these 3 cards, I'm going to use one to the top, one to the bottom, and then a strip of pattern paper in the middle. And then how I decorate them are all very different for these 3. So for this one, I'm bringing in the Lawn Fawn Sending Big Hugs word die. I love this. It fills up all of your A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you can just add something little if you want to add a sticker or an embellishment or an ephemera piece. I'm going to tuck mine behind the S in the word hugs, just using a little pumpkin from the sticker sheet, and super cute. I brought in some Nina Desert Storm craft cardstock and love how that one turned out. For this one, I used a cut apart, actually, and the third one I used a cut apart as well, and then just decorated them with some of these stickers. For card 30, I somehow had a large piece of the sunflower paper left. It must have got hidden under some other things. Like I said, this was my favorite pattern paper in the collection. So I definitely wanted to get it onto a card. So I am going to back that onto some craft cardstock, and then I left 1/8 of an inch of white cardstock showing. I'm going to add a strip of blue pattern paper here that I had left over to kind of the bottom 1/3 or 2/3, and then I cut out the pumpkin and sunflower from one of the cut aparts. So I will need to use my liquid adhesive for that. Now these sentiment banners that are curved, these are from Heffy Doodle, the tag along dies. I love them. And then stamped Happy Friendsgiving from the Trinity Stamps Autumn set. So there is the final card. Here is everything that I have left over. I think I got my money's worth. I'm really happy with getting 30 cards out of a 12 by 12 collection pack. I have quite a few of the stickers left over, but I can always use those to decorate the inside of the cards. So here I'm going to slow things down a little, and I'm going to show you all 30 of the cards. If you enjoy the collaborations from Kristie and I, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any upcoming collaborations. I hope we'll get a chance to do one with a Christmas collection. Cross our fingers. We love doing these collaborations. Our styles are very different, normally a little bit more different when I'm using stamps and colored images, but I think that's the great thing about doing collaborations is you're able to get so many more ideas to really use up your 6x6 paper pads, in this case the 12 by 12, but you can use these designs with the 6x6 paper as well. And here is Lila back. She's playing now in the craft room. So if you hear her, she has really wanted my attention during this entire voiceover. I have had to stop the voiceover twice, but cats will be cats, right? Anyways, if you had a favorite card design or card, I would love to know what it is. And let me know down in the comments below if you are ready for fall. Maybe fall is your favorite season. Like I said, I am a summer girl through and through, and I'm trying to hold on to summer as long as I can. But the trees are slowly starting to change, and autumn is definitely upon us. But I love working with fall collections and making fall themed cards as well as Halloween, and before we know it, it's going to be Christmas, dare I say. So watch out for some upcoming Christmas videos, hopefully soon. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Don't forget to go and check out Kristie's video. I'm over there watching to see her cards. I can't wait to see what she came up with. Have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to y'all really soon. Bye!